I was asked to answer the question, how am I sharing with others the hope that I have in Christ? And as I thought about it, I thought, as Christians, I think sometimes we make it too difficult. We say only somebody that really knows the Bible inside and out, as a pastor, can do this. But God calls us all to follow the commandment, and his first two commandments are not that hard to do. He said, first, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. And the second one is to love people. And the way to love them is to serve them. And so two verses came to mind. The first verse is Deuteronomy 11:13. And if you will indeed obey my commandments that I command you today, to love the Lord your God and serve him with all your heart and with all your soul. So we just need to love him. And then the second verses that came to mind are Colossians 3:23-24. Whatever you do, do it wholeheartedly as unto the Lord and not to men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the inheritance as your reward. So if loving God and loving people are the things that we need to do, then I have to look at myself and say, how am I doing that? And for me, over the years, God has given me the desire to be a teacher. And not just a teacher, a physical education teacher, teaching kids how to use their bodies and teaching them skills. And so I look at that and I say, I want to do it wholeheartedly as unto the Lord. And I want to be the best teacher I can be. I could just throw out the ball and kids would have fun and I would have an easy time, but that's not best practice. So if I'm doing it unto the Lord, I want to do it to the best of my abilities and to work at it. And then as people see, why is she doing this? They ask me. And then I thought about 1 Peter 3:15. It says, but in your hearts, honor Christ the Lord as holy, always being prepared to make a defense to anyone who asks you for any reason for the hope that lies within you. And yet to do it with gentleness and respectfulness. And that is sometimes hard to do. We just want to shake them and say, this is the way. But God says to do it with love and with kindness, with respect and with gentleness. And so as I go about my daily activities, whatever it is, whether I'm teaching, whether I'm making phone calls to a shut-in, whatever it is, I want to do it to the best of my ability. And then that shows that I love. And then if they ask me, why are you doing this? I can share with them because I have a hope in Christ, the Lord. And he is my inheritance. And that's why I do what I do. So I just encourage you today to love the Lord, love people, and serve to the best of your ability.